They're gonna pull the plug on us, man. Lord knows
I
we
can
don't
still
need
hear
that. Hey, man, as long as you can still rock out and it's not interfering with the broadcast, that's all that matters. That's all we care about here. It's your enjoyment, not ours.
Start. Manny, did you tell Christopher you're not going to be here next week?
Oh yeah, I'm taking next Friday off.
Cool. What you got going on?
Art
Anything
night.
good? Fart night? Art night, fart night?
Yes, Christopher. Fart night at art night. They're doing
I'm sure it's been
art
done.
night here in town. So
Cool,
gonna be
man.
attending that and just enjoying myself.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Do you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Hear what?
You're breaking up a little bit.
My computer just might be too hot.
You're too hot. Sexy.
That's
frozen.
too.
Sexy
Yeah.
Annie knows it.
It's because I don't know it. That's the reason why.
Y'all, champagne is popping.
That's good. Getting even worse.
Sup, cousin?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that up for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? We're fine with it.
I think your internet connection must be rough, buddy. You're kind of chopping up a lot.
So much trouble in the LVC.
That's some shit, man. That's unfortunate.
It's Friday, Craig.
Yep.
Do you want me to sing instead of Christopher's music? I only know all the words to Goodnight, Sweetheart, because that's the song I play for the bird every night. I just sang it to her. It's because I forgot my phone out here when I put her to bed. So I sang her the song. She's fine with it. I'm as good as the Shauna Nas.
Well, man, what's going on? You just cutting video?
Trying to find a solution over here.
Oh, you sound good.
Your audio's a lot better.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that's happening to you and not me, because I would not be able to find a solution. Like, well, time to go.
Maybe I should just
Right.
record as a disembodied voice and the title Mole Man, if that's the thing.
It's fine. I
If
think on
that's-
YouTube, what happens when it go on YouTube when you're not sharing your video,
Right.
it just gets rid of your box altogether.
It shows two people.
That's what she
Hey
said.
man, I don't consent to getting rid of my box, okay? That's not what I signed up for.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
I'll just leave it at that.
Same. Protect all boxes.
I think we just found tonight's episode title. All right, just give me one more moment.
All right.
So I could pull up. Okay, there's that. Let me set up the timer. Silence my telephone.
Your what?
Silencing my phone, so it does. All right.
Jump the gun there.
Yeah, you read my mind. No, that's good. All right, let's do this. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Good evening, Endless Ranters. Welcome back for episode 169 of your Endless Ranters podcast. We do what we want and we appreciate your support. My name's Chris. I'm just a mostly peaceful dad from North Texas and one of your hosts for this evening. I'm joined by a soggy mom living in a crunchy mom's world. What's going on, Kwana? How you doing?
You know what? I'm mostly unpeaceful in
Yeah.
this very soggy world.
Well, yeah, that's what. Yeah, yeah. It's very conflicting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers. We all made it though. No zombie apocalypse.
Another week.
No zombie apocalypse. So
Yeah,
cheers.
yeah. We got the emergency alert. Yeah. I hope everybody else enjoyed their personalized messages from the government.
Yeah.
I
But
sure
first
did.
of all,
Clearly delivered by a man. It came in 2 minutes early.
Oh wow. You're coming in. You chose violence today, huh?
It's a champagne.
What's going
I'm
down,
sorry.
mole man? How you doing?
Sup, cousin? Just hanging out, dealing with a laptop on the fritz, but yeah.
Well, we hear you.
Yeah, that's all that
I
matters.
just want you to know I hear you. Listen.
And
Cousin.
if it feels great to be heard, cousin.
Yeah. That's good. Well, happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday
Likewise.
to everyone out there, unless you're trying to build that racist wall again.
Yeah.
Fucking
Those motherfuckers.
xenophobes.
I tell you what, these sons of, oh my God, I just can't hate these people enough. Joe Biden, a few years back, talking about running for president. He's never going to build an inch of the wall. These bastards, they've been selling off, like they literally been selling off all the like steel, like iron bars and stuff that Trump had ordered to build the wall.
Yeah.
They've been selling that stuff off, pennies on the dollar.
Motherfuckers.
And now, yesterday, Joe Biden says, we're gonna start building that wall again. So they're gonna build Trump's wall.
I want to know who benefited
now we're
off the
paying
selling
for
of those wall pieces. Like who got that money? Did they like fund some artwork?
Some opportunistic Americans that are probably going to sell it right back, 10 times the cost. Yeah. It's amazing. I love that AOC is very upset by this. She feels betrayed. She feels betrayed by Joe Biden because he's building that wall again. And, also like one of the headlines was, they're real worried about like the eco-friendly people. The environmentalists are very upset too.
Greenpeace.
Sure.
Yeah, because the wall blocked birds, blocked lizards from going back and forth. Although I feel like they're going to find a way. Yeah. But yeah, birds that can't get off the ground more than over the wall are going to have to stay on one side or the other.
I told Nanny at the happy hour, my bird flew onto my neighbor's roof.
There's no such
climb
thing
up to get her.
There really is no such thing as an illegal bird. You know what I mean? There are illegal
True.
humans. Yeah. Let's be real. But birds have free
Canadian
reign.
Canadian geese just come over whenever they want. And if you've ever had them around, they're mean. They're not nice.
They're a problem. They're a problem we'll deal with. But we can't even deal with that because anyway, I just thought it was funny. I couldn't even believe my eyes when I saw that. Yeah. They tried to say that
does it really surprise you though?
Well, yeah, a little bit, because they were so committed to just border chaos. And first of all, let's be real. They're not going to, they're saying they're going to start rebuilding the wall, but let's see if they do.
Quarter of the way through,
because they play a lot of games, because they'll say, well, we're not building any wall, but they're repairing wall.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right. I think that everybody's just been so hyper focused on, if Trump said to do X, then we're not going to do X. We're going to do the opposite of X. So whatever it is, they've been so hyper committed to, because he wanted to build a wall, we're not going to build a wall. And now obviously Obama started building the wall. The wall was started by Obama. So we were pro-wall before Trump. So
at that time, when everybody was freaking out in 2015, I tried to point out as much as I could to people that walls already existed, like San Diego, right? Like California.
Yeah.
And
like,
Pink
what's the
Floyd
deal?
Like, warn us about it, man.
Yeah, like what's the deal with everybody?
Nobody listened.
Screaming about walls when there already are walls. Like they would show pictures of a wall on a beach in California. That
it's like so many. Yes. So all of those same people that were upset about walls, they were upset about kids in cages. They're all silent. They're all
they're not
silent.
They're not in cages anymore. They're in metallic enclosures for their own safety. Okay.
No, now they're in pedophiles' homes and basements.
Yeah, they're being tracked all around.
70,000 missing. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
just
there's
love him or hate
70,000
him.
missing.
Love him or hate him. He did something. I don't even know, at this point, it's like, did he do it on purpose? But Donald Trump's his name is forever attached to a border wall. Like that's
Well,
like
Kamala
Biden can
is
talk about
our
all he
border
wants, but
czar.
that wall is Trump's wall. And I think Joe Biden, they're trying to say that that they had no choice but to build the wall because of Trump. Like, so they just can't help but blame him.
Our hands were tied. We had no choice.
They keep blaming him for things that he wants to take full credit for. That's the game. They're like, we had no choice because he budgeted this money, and by law, that money had to be spent on a wall. So we had no choice but to build Trump's wall.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. But there's chaos. I mean, there's just chaos at the border. There's like literally, like, people wouldn't believe it, but every day that goes by, there's like Texas state troopers, Texas Rangers putting up barbed wire, putting up fences, borders, like sealing off gaps where people are trying to get through. And then federal agents come around and they cut the barbed wire and they tie a strap to it and they use their trucks to pull it away and separate it so that everybody can get through. And it's complete insanity. It's complete.
Hey, but you know what this is, right? For the Border Patrol? Guaranteed work.
Overtime, yeah.
Guaranteed work.
But it's insanity.
Just look at it that way, folks. Yeah.
They're not happy about it. I don't think they signed up for overtime pay and just bilking the system. I don't think so. I don't think that's kind of what border patrol people do, but
right.
I'm sure there's a few that don't mind. But it's complete insanity and inhumane and just crazy. People dying like they literally find dead kids every day.
I know. No one cares. That, like I said, I would rather have them in cages than dead
and they find
and
multiple
sexually trafficked.
You have to dig a little bit, but they're out there on the internet for everybody to see. Like, they find multiple dead older people, just ass up in the desert, in brush, jeans, just dead, fucking bent over a cactus or something. Just croaked. Sorry, it's crazy. It's like they just take pictures of it and they put it on the internet, and everybody's just like, don't care.
I'm so glad I'm not on the internet.
Don't care
like that. Is that on X?
Yeah, it's just like nationally known journalists that put it out there, but people just don't care.
Yeah,
they're starting to care.
Well, well, they should.
Well, there's a football. Is there like a football? What was one of the topics? Was there's a football team in Chicago that's starting to care or something like that?
Oh my
gosh! Are you talking about the Chicago Care Bears? Is that who you're talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wasn't there? There was a city council meeting in Chicago where, because parents are, they're very upset that there's so many migrants coming to their city.
And are you talking about the youth football team that got kicked off the field? They got
kicked out of the field house next to the field or something like that. And there's such stories like that going on all over the country. Mostly in New York and liberal Democrat run cities. Where kids are having to give up their little league fields or their their field house next to their football fields because they're just setting up migrant camps. But I don't know, there's a weird theme in the country right now where people that vote for Democrats and vote for leftist policies and open border policies, 90%, right, in the city of Chicago,
right?
Some of these districts, 95% vote for Joe Biden, and then he opens the border, and then people just flood into their cities and fuck up their neighborhoods and take their jobs or just create these underground economies, and they're lying on your streets,
right?
And it's a weird thing because a lot of people are looking at it like that's what you voted for.
Or committing crimes. There's like the guy that stabbed the dude in the street in New York. Like, this is the craziest thing.
Yeah, there's a real weird thing of chickens coming home to roost. I'm not sure what you call it. there's like elements of Schadenfreude to it, but it's like all these people who keep voting for terrible policies and like feeling sorry for criminals and letting criminals out early.
It's like karma's way closer to the surface or
like
something.
pumping, like looking at everything as like some kind of mental health thing and pumping children full of SSRIs or whatever you call them and mind altering drugs. Like the people that support these things, the people that support early release from prison, the people that support politicians that want open borders, all these policies are like really coming back to kill them, to destroy their cities, to litter their streets, to like, literally, like there was some journal, like it's so crazy. I don't even know what to call it because it's very conflicting because there was a journalist last weekend, I think, who literally like within 24 hours was mocking people about crime in his city and saying like something like, I don't see, like just really trying to minimize the crime epidemic that's happening.
Right.
And right. Like obviously like 99% of Americans don't get victimized by crime, but like some of these areas, like it's happening a whole lot. And it's like the rate is increasing and the journalist, and he got someone broke into his house and killed him. I don't know. It might've been somebody new, but it's kind of a mystery, but yeah, it's like,
it's fucked up, man.
There's in New York City, there was a youngish leftist activist who is all about all the woke stuff. I mean, like just everybody's a victim. Stop putting everybody in prison.
You too can be one soon.
Like all that stuff. And then what's he get? He gets stabbed in the damn chest by some 18-year-old, crazy kid and dies on the street. And his girlfriend, who was there, that witnessed him dying on the street, who in the video seemed to be completely clueless to like that. The world is a dangerous place. She just seemed to be completely unaware, had no idea how to stop bleeding on this person she was dating. Like just was standing there like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? And it turns out
not everyone is good in emergency.
She has she's
administering first aid.
She's a big Black Lives Matter supporter, or she was. She was, and she's got this. She's got pictures of herself in T-shirts that have the ACAB, ACAB. The thing that stands for all cops are bastards. Yeah. Got that on her social media out there. It's like,
oh boy,
so stupid. Like if you want to be a hippie, like you need to move to a commune somewhere, like where people aren't trying to stab you all the time. Like, if you want to be like a peace, if you want to be like a peace, love hippie, like, no make judgment, magnesium man,
spray. Like, calm down.
You need to get away. You need to get out of cities. Like, if you pride yourself on being defenseless,
burn some oils, bitch. Like, chill back there.
You need to get out.
They do.
I don't know. It's great. It's like a weird thing. And then, you have a lot of people and it's like, I understand it. I try not to participate in it, but a lot of people are just like, I told you. Like, I told you so. And like when, people seeing these videos of Chicago parents screaming at their elected officials that their city's being destroyed. And like, there's just, illegals just laying all over their streets and their neighborhoods.
Or their kids are getting kicked out of their football fields. And a lot of practice.
A lot of people around the country being like, "This is what you wanted."
Like, can you?
I know this isn't really. I know this isn't what you wanted.
Of that?
Yeah. I
Chris wouldn't tolerate that shit.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying, like, it's just that's insanity to me that. Like, football is so major to every family that if your kid's in football, like, it's a big fucking deal. You got to buy all the shit. You have practices and all of the things. Like,
it becomes just your life.
One day it says that you can't. It's over because of this situation.
The difference is simple. The difference is simple. Where I live, parents want their kids to be able to play football.
Yeah.
Where those kids live, their parents really don't care if their kids play football or not. Because if they did, they'd be a little bit more, they'd do a little bit more thinking, you know, and they'd have a little, like, they'd think a little bit more about the policies they support. They'd have a little bit more imagination, like, hey,
I live in a state where I never get the policies I support. Ever.
Do you feel defenseless, held hostage in your own state because of that?
I'm just saying, like, you could be a Chicago parent that would really like your kid to fucking play football and really support things that matter, and your shit still isn't getting supported.
You need to move.
You know what I mean?
You need to move. God damn, like your ancestors moved. Like they moved around, like season to season, you know, country to country, like they crossed oceans.
I hear that, but I'm just saying, like, you can't say that those parents don't care. Like,
no, they don't care.
It's probably
in general, they don't care. I just said it.
Okay.
In general, they don't care, and like the majority of people in California, do not care that there's shit on the streets. The majority of people
roll up to the gas station and it's $6 a gallon, and it's like, what are you gonna? You just feel like held hostage. But I think I've brought it up before, like. Not every, and this is a conversation that needs to be had, that not every family can afford to leave the state. You know, a lot of families are living paycheck to paycheck. So how do you pick up
trapped being held hostage?
You live real rough for about a year.
Yeah. Homeless?
No, just real rough. And maybe for that year, you live so far away from where you work for that year, like you spend a shitload of time in the car and you miss your family and all that, but you live real rough for a year and you do what it takes. It's like, you know, it's like, oh my goodness, these poor, you know, people in the Netherlands and, you know, in the early 1600s that were being, you know, like persecuted by their church, you know, like they scraped together a couple nickels and they got their whole damn family together and they got on a, you know, rickety ass ship and like sailed the ocean blue. You know, I'm talking, you know, it's like a long time ago. But
you know what? I'm not trying hard enough. All I'm getting from this conversation is I'm not trying hard.
I'm just saying it's like a math thing. It's like, you know, in the city of Chicago, most people don't want their kids to be able to play football unhindered by illegal homeless migrants. Because if they did, it wouldn't be happening, right? Like that's, you know.
Right.
Did you see the families in not New Jersey? Is it New Jersey? Staten Island. They are like fighting in the streets, and the police are arresting the parents that were trying to stand up to not have them moved into their city. So there's really no winning, right? Sort of.
Where's the Wu-Tang Clan when you need them, man? That's their stomping ground in Staten Island.
There's some real dark stuff going on because,
right?
Like, I forget. I don't know the quote.
Sign.
I don't know the quote, but Michael Malice, he's a, you know, noted, very, I don't know, maybe anarchist, podcaster, commentator, but he, you know, he has a quote that says like, there's no crime, you know, so great that a member of the police force wouldn't commit it, you know, and that's what he's talking about. Like there's American citizens being arrested by their fellow citizens and community members, police officers who are protecting like hotels full of illegal immigrants. Like just.
Did I send you the TikTok?
Because, you know, because
the Border Patrol,
not because they think it's right, but because they're just trying, like they got to secure they got 4 more years on the force. They got to get their 20 years in to get their pension. They
I send you the video.
They make the decision. They make the decision that they just don't. They don't care about your rights. They don't care about the community. They care about themselves. That's it. What's that?
There's a video of the Border Patrol, like speaking against like their officer that's giving them their orders in the morning. Like he's telling them what they have to do, and they are saying like.
That's
you know,
that's what I'm saying. They don't sign up for that. They're pissed off because it's like, it doesn't matter whether you're a, you know, a lowly software salesman or a border patrol agent or like a ranch hand or a truck driver. Like or a hairstylist, like you want to have some pride in like your work, like you're getting a paycheck. Like this is a human thing where you want to have, you want to feel like you're not just getting paid to be totally ineffective, like you're being paid to produce a result of some kind, you know,
Right.
like, you know, so yeah, I don't think they sign up for that.
No.
They're pissed off, but they're being told, but they've got a supervisor that's a couple of pay grades above them. That's, you know, and like I
Yeah.
said, he's got 4 years left. He can't
He's
be
like, y'all
he
are going
can't
to
be
go out
having
there
his
and shake your
supervisors.
hands.
Yeah. He can't be having his supervisors, you know, writing him up, you know,
Yeah.
because he's got a place in, you know, he's got a place in Florida he's looking to retire to, in a boat, you know, he's looking to buy
Yeah.
and to sail off into the sunset. So, yeah, it's I'm not sure how we come back from it. I think, you know, I don't know. I think things are going to get bad. Things are going to get a lot worse. I think that, you know, we're definitely heading towards armed conflict in this country.
Maybe it's a lesson to like every day to like enjoy the moments, like the small moments in your day, like just to be appreciative. Because the reality is that tomorrow's not promised to any of us. Maybe just knowing like shit is so uneasy that we should all just be a little bit more grateful for the day,
Well, that goes
for
without saying. Yeah, I think every day, but you know, you don't want to stick your head in the sand. Yeah, you don't want to stick your head in the sand.
yeah, what having your head out of the sand does what? Like I feel like no one cares.
Well, keep your head out of the
I've
sand. You
been
might get rounded up a few days later than your neighbors for voting for Trump. It's a national story. Like Newsweek magazine posted a story about how the FBI was opening up a division to just keep track
Yeah.
of people that just vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
It's real. It's real. Like, and
Yeah.
I know everybody's out there like looking at the new model car and like, you know, looking to get new rims or whatever, or looking to, you know, like looking to buy concert tickets or whatever, but it's coming for you.
Yeah.
It's coming for you. Like that's, yeah, maybe, yeah, maybe.
And
I
Hillary
appreciate
Clinton said,
the philosophy of like enjoy it now and like, you know, go all out. But you know, it's bad stuff's happening, and yeah. Anyway, what is good? What's good that's happening? I don't know.
Well, after downing us that badly, it's kind of hard to bounce back. But hold on, I'm sure
there's
we
some
can.
good. There's gotta be some good. How's the CJ girl drama, the middle school
It's too
madman?
much. It's too much.
He's not
It's
getting
too
me
much.
too, is he?
No, no, no. I don't think so.
Okay, good.
Try to warn him. Try to warn him. I don't know. It's tumultuous times. The preteen.
It's hard.
Just trying to
It's
focus on
really
football.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine. Thank God there's no migrants. Oh wait, there are migrants moving into your neighborhood.
Not
The whole
mine.
community.
Not mine, but yeah, somewhere in Texas. There's that
Yeah.
Colony Ridge thing that got set up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. There's just so many bizarre things that are going on. There's so many distractions. Everybody's talking about, you know, like the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift thing. But
right.
meanwhile, there's like a giant development of trailer homes like being built outside of Houston. Like,
is that what Colony Ridge is?
Yeah,
it's trailer homes.
A lot of them are trailer homes. Yeah. It's a scam.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Thousands, maybe thousands and thousands of plots. From an aerial view, it looks like a typical like Texas development, but it's all real shoddy. Uh-huh. It's kind of like, you know, those car dealerships where it's like you pay weekly.
Yeah.
Like no, like finance here or whatever, and you just get like a, you know, like a old truck or whatever, and you pay $800 a week, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but for houses and communities, like,
yeah,
because there's big billboards that say the giveaway is there's big billboards that say no social security number required. And it's like the ITINs are accepted.
Right.
Yeah.
So, which is like, that's some kind of like a strange, like if you're a migrant here in the country, you're not legal.
No, the last dealership that we were in, like they served the migrant community and they sold, because we're in California, like obviously you have to have like a driver's license or whatever to drive a car. No, you don't. If you have one of those migrant cards, you can fucking get a loan, you can get a car, you don't.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
it's like
wild.
It's like turning it's like turning an illegal migrant into a corporate entity.
Yes.
Where they have some kind of like
100%.
a strange like tax ID.
Yep.
That can be used to secure a loan.
It's wild.
For a trailer.
It's wild.
And then like you
Cars.
and like people pay like at the entrance or exit of the neighborhood. Like that's where you pay your mortgage, I guess, every month. And
yeah,
it's real sketchy looking. And I guess so it's gotten on the radar now, and there's going to be a special session of the Texas Congress.
Well, I imagine Texas will squash it. Right?
I hope so. I imagine I would guess that there are probably some Texas Republicans involved in it.
It might be a BlackRock neighborhood too, but like there's nothing you can do about it. Like they bought up so much land. They bought up so much land and property like during the pandemic that we were just driving back. There's like a spot where you can take your boxes, like you can break down your own recycling and stuff. And we were driving back and there's all these new communities popping up. But it's a full housing development that's all rentals, but it's brand new homes. Like you would have like a condo community that maybe is rentals too, but it's single family homes, but it's all rentals. The whole neighborhood is everybody's a renter.
I don't know. I'm kind of like, maybe that's not good. Maybe it's bad. It's free. I mean, it's a free country to experiment with those types of things. And if there's a market for like that's how apartment complexes get built, because someone realized, some corporate entity and, somewhere realizes that, hey, in this area, there's a lot of population growth and a lot of people that need to rent.
That's what I said. Like people, maybe they want more of a home experience, or because, more families are having to stay together longer. Like you would have your kids live with you because they bring in an income or whatever. Like you would need a bigger house for that than an apartment. And if you could have pets, like it would be a better rental experience for people that are renting. And because the rental market is so high right now, it makes sense that there would be a whole community. Like that's a cash cow, for BlackRock.
Mm-hmm. Or anybody, or just somebody that owns a bunch of land and wants to just build a bunch of tiny homes on it or something like that. So
sure.
I don't know.
So what you're saying for this show to get big is we need to buy land. I got you.
Yes, we need to buy land and we need to rent it out and we need to, I guess, like figure out how to human traffic. I don't know.
Whoa. Let's not get overboard here.
Oh, okay.
What else is going on?
It's crazy.
I know.
Well, Hillary Clinton wants to reprogram.
Man.
What did she call it? What did she call Trump?
Supporters?
She call Trump supporters? I mean, if you vote for Trump, that makes you a Trump supporter. So that's half the country. Right.
So one half of the political party wants to reprogram you. The other half wants to put surveillance on you. It's like, wait. Oh, no, wait. That's coming from the same side. Never mind. Hold on. What's going on here?
I'm going to a FEMA camp, y'all. I won't be here next Friday. I'm getting rounded up.
This shit is weird, man.
I really can't detest her and her followers, her voters, the people that support her. I just cannot detest them enough. It is straight up commie talk. Like talking about, your political enemies as a cult and need to be deprogrammed. That is straight up commie talk. Straight
Especially
up.
when
And she's talking about
like
that, and she
60
wants
friends that have killed themselves.
I don't know about that, but
She's
like it's just the words themselves are enough. That is evil.
Horrible.
That's how people talked in the during the Bolshevik Revolution in the early 1900s about their neighbors, because they were jealous. I think that's for her. That's where it comes from. She is so angry that she is still not my president. She is so angry. She got beaten by someone that everybody that likes her hates. Everybody that voted for her hates Donald Trump, and he beat her like she would beat a redheaded stepchild. But yeah, it's just disgusting. I don't know. People don't realize it. Like they don't teach history in school anymore. They don't teach American history. For damn sure, they're not going to teach history outside.
World history.
World history.
Do y'all know who writes all the books that we learn from our history books? Do you know who the publisher is of that?
Here we go.
Ghislaine Maxwell's father.
Is there proof to back that up?
Yeah.
Well, he's dead. I think he's dead, and he died.
But the books are still in the classrooms.
But he's not writing them. I mean, he's dead. He died in disrepute.
Sure, but the books are still in the classrooms.
I get. Well, no, they're Google laptops now. Chromebooks.
Yeah, that's
Chromebooks
true.
in the classroom.
I don't. My children were taught with those, though. Like the history that was taught to my kids were published by him.
To be fair, I don't know if that's history that you should trust some stranger that knows your kid for 6 months, 7 or 8 months, a year. Those are not things that you should trust some stranger to teach your children. You should tell them yourself.
Totally.
Tell them like the history of man and like what happens, like because your young kids get jealous, so that's a good teaching moment to be like, those feelings of jealousy that those lead to a lot of evil in this world.
I think that would be a great dinner table discussion instead of catching up with what's been happening throughout your day. Be like, all right, here's another life lesson for you. And then just delve into another.
Tommy's gonna commie. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Tommy's gonna commie. Families aren't sitting around the table though.
We stand around the kitchen bar.
Is that how you do it in your household, Christopher? Stand around the kitchen bar?
In the car. That's how we eat now. Or whatever you call it, the kitchen island or whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We're in the car ride. Yeah. So Hillary Clinton's talking about how we're all in a cult. Meanwhile, I shared that video today. Let me see if I can find it, of the it was a bunch of kids singing songs about Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
That was weird.
So weird.
I want to say,
ma'am.
Wait, what happened? Oh, is it your cat over there?
My cat screaming in the background. She's like, meow.
Maybe she's just excited from everything that we've been discussing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, here we go.
This is what a cult looks like. Why is it not playing? Oh, there we go. Hit the button.
Let's raise Norman.
Gonna spread freedom. Obama's gonna change it. Obama's gonna lead 'em. We're gonna change it and rearrange it.
The emptiness in the eyes.
We're gonna change the world. Now's the moment where he's what's to say. Sing with all your heart.
Look at the teacher.
He's like, pour your heart out, kids.
There's a flute player in the middle too.
Yes, we're gonna spread freedom.
No more, please. I can't take another one.
It's so
Crazy.
That was so cringe.
Bad.
Oh my god.
And then she's talking about someone that votes for Donald Trump's in a cult because we think she's an evil witch. All right.
2 words.
Game on,
bitch.
everybody.
Huma
Game
Abedin.
on, everybody. You vote for Trump, you're going to get it on a list with the FBI. You need to be deprogrammed by Hillary Clinton and her friends who are still alive.
The ones that are.
The few that
Huma
remain.
and what's the guy with the dick name?
Oh,
Huma's
Weiner,
husband.
Anthony Weiner. They still marry. I don't
He's
think
got
they're
a
married.
full dick name. They're not. They're not. That's the biggest
So
dick
much,
name.
so many crazy things have happened. That was right. That was when Andrew Breitbart was still alive. He broke that story.
Oh, gosh.
And I remember when
Yeah.
Anthony Weiner, he had when was this? Like 2013, 14, 15, something like that. 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing a press conference to basically fess up that, yeah, he was, what was it? Dickman Savage or something, like Randy. He had a real weird screen name where he was interacting with underage girls and whatnot, sending dick pics to everybody. And then Andrew Breitbart like burst into the room. He burst into this like hotel conference center and like interrupted the press conference and was just like, yeah, I did it. I broke this story. It was epic, but so many crazy things have happened
It's
since
so
then.
swept under the rug though. Like no one cares about this stuff. Like, why are we even still listening to her after all that? What about the yeah.
What is this? What is like Hillary? Like, what does she even do? Like, she doesn't do anything. She just goes around like talking about stolen elections.
They closed their Clinton Foundation after everybody realized that like all the money was being funneled through. They're like, oh, we're closing our foundation. Like, why would you close your foundation if it's not
the day after she didn't win?
Shit show.
Yeah. They shut down and like, yeah. And then now the Clinton Global Initiative is still going and they're about to rebuild.
And the Evergreen, they own that shipping container business, Evergreen Shipping Containers. That's part of the Clinton Foundation. Like, what?
They're all
where
over.
Find all the missing. It's so crazy. All the coincidences. Yeah.
I don't know. Never heard that before.
Bless her heart. Bless her heart.
We have
Clinton
to get into the
Foundation is
shipping.
no longer, so I don't know how it can own Evergreen, but the Clinton Global Initiative, I don't know. They wouldn't really want to own it. They just want a piece. They just give me a piece. Give me a piece. They just want a guaranteed piece of worldwide trade.
Yes. Who wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's it. That's what Ukraine's all about.
Good. Oh my God. Did you see that? That the wife bought $1.1 million worth
Is that
of
true?
Cartier. Yeah.
Yeah, like
yes.
That's just another thing. Like Zelensky, just look up what he was being investigated for before this latest war.
I'm surprised he has a wife. I thought he was a little fruity.
He's a comedy actor. Well, you know, there's a reason she's able to buy $1 million worth of jewelry and no one says anything about it. Right? Then he's not like, no, don't do that. We're in the middle of a war. She's just
that might look bad.
She's like, shut up.
She's like, we're in New York, bitch. I'm buying $1.1 million worth of Cartier, which I mean, that would add up quick for sure.
Yeah, you do bring up a good point. It is a lot of money, but how much of it in jewelry is it? So regardless of that, it's still a bad look. It's just like people are dying. There's this, that, the other's like, you know what? I need to treat myself.
It's a bad look. You're taking billions of dollars from this country's taxpayers, and then you're spending $1.1 million when you're visiting the United States at Cartier.
Yeah, he's escalated because before the whole Ukraine-Russia war thing, he was being investigated because it was found out that he had a bunch of like offshore accounts,
right,
taking money out of Ukraine. Like, so him taking money from the United States is like, it's no big deal.
Oh,
it's just another day.
Russia. Russia. Oh, we forgot to talk about Pelosi having to excavate or evacuate her office finally.
Wait, was she threatened, or or she was just finally, asked to leave or step down, I should say, resign?
Well, no. Well, McCarthy never made her leave the office, but when they booted him, the temporary person said that she needs to vacate her premises.
Oh, okay. I like that. Did she not take that well? Did she throw a fit?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I just had maybe suggested that there would be a lot of alcohol leaving that building.
Or maybe a lot
empty
coming
bottles.
in. Yeah, regardless, it's just empty bottles all around everybody. Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Well, before you brought her up, I was going to say what your thoughts were on Bill Maher still being convinced that Russiagate is still a thing.
I am so torn by Bill Maher because I feel like I always thought he was like kind of smart, funny, which I think is sexy, like David Letterman, like smart, funny people are attractive to me. And Corolla too. Like I don't know. But yeah, he has such a bad taste in my mouth for how crazy he went with Trump. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand it. And I honestly feel like people are getting like a different news feed. Like, they must be hearing something differently because when you hear the things that he's done for our country, like, why would you think that these are bad things? And it's only what they've been fed, spoon fed by the media that makes them hate everything about him. So I don't understand how somebody like Bill Maher, who you would think is smart, funny, would still believe the things that have been disproven. Just like, are you smart, funny? Or are you just, I don't know. Yeah. Fuck Bill Maher.
Devil's advocate, and I know I'm not one to talk because everyone knows I smoke an insane amount of weed, but what if it's all the insane amount of weed that he's been smoking is finally, doing him some harm?
I don't know. I just picture his little skinny ass jumping on his trampolines, and I just want to punch him in his gut.
Damn, you really chose violence today.
No,
and
some men
Bill Maher, he's just kind of a smug dick. You know what I mean? Like, that's his whole like feeling of, like self-worth or whatever is always about. Yeah, it's a big thing with the lefties.
Yeah.
It's always about how dumb the other guy is, that dumb farmer, that dumb guy that likes his motorcycle, that dumb guy that likes that music or this music or whatever. It's always about how much it's like, it's like indentured servant, like white indentured servant in the South, like just got to find someone else to put down. That's why they went along with slavery for so long. It's just they loved that they were low, but there was someone lower than them. So
yes,
yeah, that's a theme. That's a theme with like the lefties in our groups and whatnot. It's like the first thing they go to is you're ugly and you're dumb. You know what I mean? Like, you'd think that these peace loving, accept everybody, super tolerant people would have other things to say, but no, they're just like, you're ugly.
Yeah.
You're fat, you're dumb, you're retarded, you're dumb, you're too stupid to understand what we've been saying. Like, all right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Bill Maher. It's Bill Maher. It's so frustrating too when Adam Carolla holds Bill Maher up as some kind of beacon of truth and intelligence and comedy. It's like, God damn, man.
Yeah. Well, I think at one point Bill Maher
I'm sick of that part. Like that, I start tuning out when he starts talking about Bill Maher and getting on his knees for a guy that never, like maybe has him on his like after hours YouTube show. But
right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Adam. I think maybe wanted that type of format. Who wouldn't? Where like everybody's trying to get on your show Friday night on HBO. Like, you just work a few days a week.
Right.
smoke weed the rest of the days, and
like brown skin girls.
Hey, I hate it when Adam brings him up.
I do too. I don't think anybody appreciates Adam in a way that is deserving, from his mother to every other soul on the planet. Like, I don't feel anybody appreciates him. Maybe some like of his best fans do, but I don't think anybody actually gets like the genius that he has. But when he talks about Bill Maher, it's just like, I don't understand it, but except for he has like, his mom was kind of liberal in that way. So maybe it's rooted
Hollywood
in that.
holds like Hollywood, the in quotes Hollywood holds a lot of power for him. Like he loves the lore, he loves the history, the old stories, he loves that, man. So that's fair enough. That's cool.
Do you remember when Kyle Dunnigan would do Bill Maher and Adam Carolla like in Maui, and Carolla would like throw in the thing that Bill Maher would do this comedy thing and he would invite all these people, and I was never invited. I kind of feel like that's where his obsession with Bill Maher comes from, was that he wanted that so bad, and that like, if he would even like entertain the notion of,
I guess,
dealing with the Carolla.
When Adam was first getting big, like getting on politically incorrect with Bill Maher was like a big deal. So yeah. I guess it's like in his mind that was a big achievement, like something to strive for.
Yeah.
And back in those days, I'd probably Bill Maher, I don't know, maybe was a little bit more with it. I don't know. He just repeats stuff that's wrong. He just repeats stuff that's wrong. That's been proven wrong years ago. Yeah. But he's lazy, and it just doesn't remember, or didn't care to because the story was in the Wall Street Journal or something. Just didn't read it. Didn't even look at it.
Yeah. That guy on Fox kind of has the same format, which is funny that everybody is like, why does that format work? Like, the format works where you have different people talking about their opinions. Like, yeah.
That's been going on for a long. Yeah, it's always been that.
Yeah.
They just used to wear they be in like weird 60s stage formats with like weird bubble chairs and suits.
Yeah.
Like blue suits and wide ties.
Totally.
What was that guy's name? Tom something. Tom Schneider, I think. Was like a Tom Schneider had like a talk show, like, or the brothers. The two brothers had I don't know.
Smothers.
The Smothers, those guys.
Is that too old?
They would have like variety shows and have a bunch of their guests come on and talk, and they just play, but they'd play ditties in between, like get out a banjo.
Yeah, I like a ditty. Yeah, there was a lot of ditties in our generation, huh? Like the hee-haw generation, a lot of.
I was just gonna say, shit. Like I don't know why, but like a bunch of hee-haw things have been popping up in my feed.
I'm just like, I
was like, I haven't thought about that in 30 or 40 years, but I remember watching hee-haw at my grandmother's. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that like we lived where you had to like I remember my grandpa loved Lawrence Welk, and we lived with our grandparents, and so like we would have to sit on the floor in front of the TV, and like during the commercial we would have to like change the channel. We were like his little remote controls, and we would just sit there on our knees and like just watch. No wonder my knees are bad in my 50s, like a bad knee. It's because I was sitting on my knee, like being my grandpa's remote control for half my life. But weird that we had that to like, I can speak to my television and tell her to play, my yoga videos or whatever.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I don't know. Yeah. Everybody likes to think their generation is special. I think every generation is unique. I think Generation X is unique in that like we grew up in the dirt and now we can talk to our TV. It's like I don't even touch a light switch anymore.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't have flying cars yet, but
no. But my neighbor's car sounds like the flying cars. Like there's a lot of Teslas in my neighborhood, and I'll be walking my dog and I'll hear like there's like a sound, like it has the sound of the Jetson car.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
They got.
Yeah, a matter of time before they like have it. There's a software update and you can choose Jetson car as your Tesla sound. So you can be going down the street like
the ones
bubble.
that aren't Teslas, like the Hondas and the Lexuses that have that engine, it sounds like a Jetson car because you'll hear it roll up behind you in the morning. Amazon drivers, a lot of Amazon drivers have that car, and they'll be whipping through the neighborhood with that little.
Yeah. Well, I have to, if we end the show on a good note, I want to praise the human race for evolving real quick on the electric cars.
Yeah.
Not in buying them, but like being on the lookout for them, like,
Yeah.
Because I'm a little bit surprised that more people haven't gotten run over by these quiet cars, but it's like the human, being desires so, like really doesn't want to get run over by like a 2-ton vehicle. So they like now when you hear like a weird whistling sound, you're just like, what's that, a car? So we picked up on it real quick. We picked up on it.
I wonder if it was a quiet car that ran over that Rittenhouse kid's assailant.
I hope so. I hope I hope it was a total surprise for him. I hope he didn't even have a second or two warning of like a vroom.
Not a vroom.
Before he got plowed over and his prosthetic arm got chucked up in the sky.
Ouch!
And like,
gnarly.
It got chucked up in the sky and hung up on the traffic light line, like
like a sneaker.
Yeah, like that's why I think he's like laying in the street, like what just happened? He looks up and his prosthetic arm is hanging from the traffic wire.
I swear to God that his prosthetic arm got run over, and you could see it in that video. It was the first. I'm not gonna laugh about it, but you definitely saw it get run over. Was it an arm or a leg? I feel like it was a leg. I feel like it was a leg.
He's probably like, oh man, my insurance doesn't cover this. I gotta, for another 2 years, I gotta wait for my deductible. And like, now I gotta be walking around for 2 years with a scuffed up fake arm.
We need to get him an America t-shirt.
It's got tire tracks on it. But yeah, seriously, like you'd think like when all these quiet cars are zipping around, like people are going to get run over a lot, but no, we're like, no, we don't want to get run over. So we were like, nope. Calling on that real quick. So good job, humans.
Thanks. We appreciate all the hard work.
You're welcome. I just like
the recognition,
encouraging.
It's appreciated, man. Once again, your candor and your willingness to work with the human race, it catches me off guard sometimes.
Yeah,
I care.
Do you hear my cat screaming? Can you guys hear her screaming?
That's your cat screaming in agreement with.
I think Zoom has got like this whole thing figured out to where it's like if the sound's not coming from like your face, like it just drowns it out. I can do Zoom calls for work. And I'll be on a call and like all of a sudden, like, just some noise will be going off and be like, oh, I'm sorry about that, everybody. Everybody's like, I don't hear anything.
It's like, then they start worrying. It's like, are we concerned about Chris?
And then it's like, oh, okay. Well, now I look like I'm talking to a bunch of people that don't know me that think I might be crazy.
Next thing you know, you start getting called in for an evaluation. And then next thing you know, we drop off the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Get sent for reprogramming.
Oh, I dare him.
I love how the video will be just us, not mouth moving, but Manny speaking at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, I know. I already checked the video. It's just my square's not there. It's just you two and my disembodied voice.
Oh, so we get on with our Friday evening. I'm gonna go set a fire somewhere. It's getting cooler here. Right. It's gonna be downright cold tomorrow.
It's all right. You survived.
So lucky. It was cold here for like 1.5 days, and I decided it was fall, I was ready for it. I invited my brother over. I'm gonna make a lasagna tomorrow. So I'm gonna turn the oven on. It's gonna be 95 tomorrow.
No, here it was like over 100 degrees. It was like 110 2 weeks ago. Tomorrow morning it's gonna be 50.
No, it's delightful. Rejoice. Make some cocoa. Your coffee will taste better. All of it.
For real.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Fall.
Well, everybody have a good weekend.
Get it on, everybody. Do what
Get
you
it
want.
on. Do what you want.
It's a pleasure seeing y'all.
Yep. Get it
Catch you on
on.
the flip
Holla.
side.